assalamu alaikum, Gianu, Pakhairagale, Ni Hao, Chunashume, Washmale. Oh, hi, Gonzaimus, Guten Morgen, hi, hugs and hellos, and a very good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and the Watching World this morning alongside the very stunning Maha Makhdoom and the very amazing Shazad Khan. Hello, Maha, how are you?
Hello, Shazad. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm good today. Always sometimes it's a bit rushed in the mornings when things don't go perfectly smoothly, but it's fine. Everything's good. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be doing the show.
Amazing that is, and that's how it was for me today in the morning as well, and that's why, I was a bit late to work as well.
Okay, yeah, see, that's surprising because actually my car broke down yesterday, so I've been carless since yesterday. So I had to get a taxi to work, and the taxi was late, but I still managed to get on
Thank God
time.
we do have these services where you can probably locate a captain in like just a mile.
Oh, no, I didn't
radius, or you didn't even use that?
So no, because I couldn't take the risk.
So you really have to go out of your house and look for a taxi, and then please stop.
No, I booked one, but I couldn't take the risk of the other applications.
All right, so these amazing chit-chats are going to be a part of the show today, ladies and gentlemen, but right now I think we need to move on towards the top stories for this hour. Let's take a look. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif will pay a two-day official visit to Tajikistan from tomorrow at invitation of Tajik President Imam Ali Rahman. High-level delegation will also accompany the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif has called for sustained and strong Pakistan-US partnership to deal with the various challenges confronting the region and beyond.
And US senators laud sacrifices of people and armed forces of Pakistan in war on terror and their resolve to defeat the evil.
Okay, Pakistan has said it's ready to extend all possible cooperation for peace and stability in Afghanistan.
Amazing. And moving on, fifth seed Stan Wawrinka knocks out by Daniel Medvedev in the biggest shock on day one of Wimbledon 2017.
Excellent. And finally, it is the death anniversary of renowned folk singer Alam Fakir, and it is being observed today. Alam Fakir was one of the foremost exponents of Sufi music in Pakistan.
May his soul rest in peace. Well, this is it for the top story, ladies and gentlemen. Time now to move on towards our public service message. Let's take a listen what it is for today. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the public service message, I think, is a very sorted one, because yesterday when I was coming towards work, this is what I realized, that half of the time we are in so much hurry, or we are so captivated with the feeling that we might be late for work. So what happens is that we tend to ignore our surroundings, and within our surroundings, I could see so many other people, students, old people as well, who wanted to cross the roads, and they were at the road crossings as well. So please make sure that if you have enough time and you think that you can slow down your car or stop your car before that crossing, please do that. But make sure that you give it a look in your rear view mirror as well, because nobody wants to bump into your back as well. So please make sure that you give them way. You find them a place where they can safely cross the roads as well, and be very considerate about all of those people walking on the roads.
Absolutely. So look after the pedestrians of the country.
Yeah.
So that's a great public service message.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And what are we doing today, Maha?
Well, I think
because as a kid, I wasn't really a good performer.
Okay.
Right, so I think we're doing something on these lines.
Okay, yes, we are. So basically, we've all been through it. We've all been children. We've all been teenagers. We've been to high school. We've been to universities, and we've all had our own struggles and ease. Some people have had an easy ride. Some people have had more difficulties. I've never been a high achiever, but I've always been a pretty hard worker.
Well, I've never ever been a high achiever in my school and college. Well, in my university, I was a scholarship holder.
But the thing is, you keep saying that every time. But the thing is, what do we mean by high achiever? Because over here, what I've noticed is that there is a difference. There's a difference within the culture of the whole studying. There's a whole difference in the definition of high achiever. So in abroad, you can be a high achiever in sports. You can excel in that. You can be good in your studies. You can be good in social work. You can be good in music. So there are different areas. But
I
over
think
here,
that's
I feel
the
like
same way which implies over here on
Yeah.
our society as well, because the foremost thing is that our parents, with who live within this society, for them, achieving high is achieving good in your results, and that too,
Academics.
is obviously related to academics, and other than then later on comes extracurricular activity. But the people or the kids we have over here on the show today, they all have to do one way or the other with academics as well. They have been very sharp, and they promise themselves bright future. How? This is something which we will ask them.
Exactly, and normally it's been a very rosy painting that we paint, picture that we paint for you. But it's not always easy. At the end of the day, I mean, some people are very focused, but also there are normal distractions. You're in the era of technology, there's social media. So we're going to find out how these young adults and teenagers stay focused on their work, and they're trying to fulfill their dreams.
And then other than that, the best part is, Maha, because I've been surrounded by high achievers who were my siblings as well. Siblings. So what used to happen was that every now and then I used to get their examples that, oh, look at him and look at her, what they're doing. Because one of my sisters is a doctor, the other one's in actuarial science from Oxford. And I was like, God, why me within these siblings, man? I didn't even fit in. So, I mean, we're going to ask them that general chit-chat that, what about other siblings? How do they feel about you being there, right
And
next
how
to
do
them?
the parents, how do they feel that the parents keep a balance with it? And do the parents keep a balance? So we're going to find out all these things, because I feel like Shahzad has a lot to share on this topic.
Indeed.
So we have been joined by Muhammad Ali Jalal. He is a student in Pakistan. He went to the United States of America last year as a cultural ambassador under the Youth Exchange and Study Program. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum salam. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
that's
So in just 1 year, you've picked up on the accent as well. That's very great.
has it, isn't it?
You're an avid learner.
But the thing is, no, in Pakistan, everyone has an American accent.
Yeah, it
so
is, but it sounds a bit different too as well.
It might be a bit more genuine. That's what it is. Okay, so besides Muhammad Ali, we have been joined by Aisha Tahir. She is at City School, and she's also a student of grade 8, and we're going to be finding out what her high achievements are. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you as well.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Well,
Besides
very quick.
Aisha, we've been joined by Talha Sergil Rahab. He is an international award representative of Pakistan in Dubai International Holy Quran Award in 2012, and he's selected by the Ministry of Religious Affairs as well. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Thank you very much for
much.
joining us. And
I'm-
ladies and
yes.
gentlemen, he's one of those kids who's actually remembered all of the Quran in just 9 months.
Exactly, that's
Where
amazing.
people take 5 or 6 years to do that.
Okay, but that's good either way. It's not a competition. At least you learned it. Besides Talha, we've been joined by Anisha Malik, who is at City School, and she's also a student of grade 8, and we will be finding out what her achievements are. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
Thank you so much for joining us.
My
I
pleasure.
feel like whoever did this briefing did very segregated. So they gave me the guys' information, but not the girls. But anyway,
So I
let's.
think we'll just get started with Anisha over here today.
Yes.
So Anisha, since you're the youngest one out of all of these high achievers, what did you do in life where people started calling you that you're a high achiever?
Basically, started with academics, but then I thought I should also shift to extracurricular activities.
Okay.
I wanted to do this just because people
What did you do first of all?
Yeah, tell us what you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I was a head girl this year, and I've been to more United Nations MUNs, and being the
Alright.
junior most delegate, even then I won an Outstanding Diplomacy Award, I won a Best Delegate Award, so that's how I
Okay,
got
we need to
myself.
clap for these
That's
guys.
excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay, great. So now, when you were doing all these things part of your curriculum, then you decided to do extracurricular. How did you make that step in deciding that, okay, I'm excelling in my studies, I should do something outside?
Basically, because people thought that I couldn't socialize, and I had to shift to extracurricular. I had to prove myself in those areas as well. I had to step aside from studies only because I was called a nerd, and I had to prove myself in the other areas as well.
Okay, excellent. So who was the one that actually realized that maybe that you need to build up on your social interaction and your interpersonal skills?
I think my father and my best friend Aisha Tahir.
Oh, excellent. That's so good. That's really constructive.
So both of you are friends?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
I think
And
everyone's
you guys study in the same grade?
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
are. We do.
All right.
We're
wow.
batchmates.
I thought that Anisha is the youngest out of us all. I
No,
think
I think-
that's what I was thinking, but it's great. But other than that, why do you think being a nerd is not very associatable? Yeah.
I think you're appreciated by people. They expect really a lot from you. I mean, even then, if you can't perform well, they change their views about you. So I think being a nerd is good, but it's better to be a cool girl.
Okay. And it can be a balance. Like, I mean, what is cool? What's a nerd? I mean, we're all geeks in our hearts.
I still want
right?
to go back to my 8th grade as well, where we used to think about this. Oh, you know, this other guy thinks that, you know, I am a con man.
Okay, well, okay,
Right, really, I don't want him to think like that.
Okay, so let's move on to Talha. Tell us about your achievements, Talha.
Yeah, well, I'd like to know you about my life. The golden life time period of my life started in 2010 when I took admission in my HIFZ class.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, I completed my HIFZ in 9 months, and then I got first position in the competition arranged by Pakistan Ministry of Religious Affairs. And after then, I was selected as the representative of Pakistan in Dubai International Holy Quran Award in 2012.
Okay, now tell us, because there's a lot of people who don't know what this is. So what are these awards about?
Yeah, well, these are about, I mean to say that HIFZ, it's really easy. People think that it's difficult, but it's easy, almost easy. Like, it was my passion to do that. I was not forced by my family.
Okay,
That's why I really enjoyed it, and also I completed in 9 months.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait. Before I move, I'll let you ask a question. For all our viewers out there, can you explain what HIFZ is?
Yeah, HIFZ is remembering the Holy Quran, the entire Holy Quran, because Holy Quran is divided into 30 parts. We've got 30 paras, and it's almost, every para is almost 50 to 60 pages long as well. So imagine that remembering 30 paras or memorizing 30 paras in 9 months is not an easy job at all. And that's why I want to go back to Sharjeel over here. So Sharjeel, you said that, you know, since you wanted to do it, so it wasn't really very difficult for you. Even then, I haven't seen people or kids doing it in 9 months period of time or span of time. Other than that, they do it in 3 years or probably 4 years. Why do you think it takes them so long?
Actually, some people are forced by their family. I wasn't forced by my family. It was my own passion that I wanted to do that. So if one is determined to do one thing, he tries for it and he works hard for it. So I burnt my midnight oil to achieve that, and God gifted me, and I can say that it's all the reward of God.
I love that. That's really great. Now the thing is, okay, now for a lot of people that don't know, when you're memorizing it, are you learning also what the meanings are as well, or is it just the Arabic that you were learning?
No, in my HIFZ time period, I just only memorized it.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, and then you won. You also won the award.
Yeah, first position in all over Pakistan, and also I was the representative of Pakistan in Dubai International Holy Quran.
That's amazing. Okay, so now let's.
And he was in Dubai and rendering the services of a Muazzin as a Taraweeh prayer. I think that's
Imam,
what it
yes,
was.
I was Imam.
Wow.
In 2014 and 15, I led Taraweeh prayer over there.
Amazing, wonderful. So now let's move on to Aisha. Tell us, what have you been doing?
Oh, so basically, like Anisha, I was the kind of person who would want to excel in academics, but from an early age, my father taught me that there are like different aspects to life, and to be like to succeed, you need to have control in all of them. So I found out that I had actually a talent for writing, a knack for writing. So I thought that like if I have a gift, then why shouldn't I polish it and make good use of it for myself, my family, my country, and that kind of stuff. So basically, I wrote, like, I have a lot of literary material that has been published in different magazines, and like it's online. I have my own blog and that kind of stuff, and my work has also been acknowledged by renowned poets like Dr. Sanjanand. He's in Michigan currently, but he's originally from India.
Wonderful.
So basically, that's what I've done. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow. No, so I mean, gosh, I mean, my parents tried to teach us these things, right? I can't blame them. But now, how, at this age...
As far as my parents are, you know, I think they're still trying to teach me these things.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so now, you know, that's so great that your dad, taught you these things. But, you know, as a teenager, it's hard to start implementing or listening to our... You want to rebel a little bit. So, but I have a feeling that you're not like that.
Actually, I think there are a bits of like rebellious moments where I want to like do my own thing, but at the end I decide that yes, maybe if that's what my parents are telling me, that's what's right, and in the end that's what I want to do. So yeah, I guess that's what.
Okay, wonderful.
Amazing. Let's move on to Ali over here. Yes. So yes, it is right. Youth exchange and study program.
Exactly.
And you were selected and you went to United States of America and you studied over there for a year and now you're back.
Yes.
So yeah, how did you got selected, bro?
Well, I basically I applied for it. You know, I had a huge impulse to go to the United States because I was quite impressed by what I heard, what I had heard about the United States and Americans in general. And then I applied for it actually, and we had to go through that huge process of multiple tests and a comprehensive interview, and then we had a pre-departure orientations prior to that. And afterwards, I mean, I was placed in Michigan. And
Okay, but 1 second. So now, when you were trying to get get through this program, trying to get selected, I can't even think of my words now. What kind of tests, what kind of things did you have to know? What, like, tell us what were your skills and what was tested?
So basically, we were, to be the cultural ambassadors of our country. So we were, it was sort of a cultural exchange, more or less, and not as such as like a study program. So. We had to be confident and of course mature because if you think about it, we had to live with a host family in a host community, and you're complete strangers over there, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to make friends because if you want to survive, and then you have to and I gave more than 30 presentations in different schools and churches.
Okay, but about what?
About the culture of Pakistan.
About the culture of Pakistan, about Islam, and about how we live, or about our languages, and about my family.
And how difficult was it for you to be there and then to be out of your comfort zone and then prepare about the religion and then be the cultural ambassador of Pakistan? For example, if I asked you the type of food they eat in Sindh, would you be able to tell me? What do they eat in Sindh? Sorry. It's all right. They can still eat chicken and roti as well.
Actually, I think, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it was challenging because, as I mentioned before, because we had to, give a lot of presentations, and even not, you live with a host family and with your friends, then you continuously talk about, what your culture is like, and at the same time you also learn how those.
So which family did you live with?
Like,
what type of people were they? And then it is very interesting to know because. This is what happens over there. The students, they go to somebody else's house and then they stay over there and they live over there.
Yes,
so do you really have to? So do you really have to ask for permission before going out of the house? Oh, auntie, I'm going out of the house. Am I allowed or not, or can I come back late today?
That's an interesting question. So basically, I had 2 host families. First of all, during the first month, and I had a little transition because they had to move to Mexico. But basically, my first host family, they were just mom and dad, and their kids were older, so they were out of the state, and we do. I mean, we had a certain amount of independence, because I hung out a lot with my friends, and got to do more than what I did over here. But you still have to ask.
Okay, of course you have to ask. You're not just roaming around free and wild. Like, I mean, everyone's got rules and regulations.
Right.
Okay, now. Okay, so now that was the exchange program that you did, but before that, like to become like into the high achievement category. So what kind of stuff did you excel in? So you didn't answer my question about what kind of stuff they tested you on. So before you got selected, so where did you have to excel in order to get selected?
Okay, so basically, first of all, they basically focus on our academics. So I mean, I had a good academic history because I had 96% in matriculation, and then afterwards they analyzed our past 3 years, how we did in our schools.
So you must have been involved in extracurricular activities.
Yes, they.
So this is what I want to
highlight.
highlight.
It. Yep,
okay,
absolutely.
So now, what kind of extracurricular activities were you involved in Pakistan?
So I was involved in the sort of the debating team, and I had won multiple debating competitions. I was the singer of my school, and then I was elected twice as the head boy of the school.
Excellent.
And I was twice elected as the best student of the year.
Okay.
So then why don't you sing us something? A few lines.
Well, how do we don't know he's a singer?
All right, let's do it. Sing us something.
Okay, I'm nervous.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
इस वतन पे जानो दिल कुर्बान ये वतन हमारा इस वतन से पहचान हमारी ये वतन हमारा कुर्बानियाँ कितनी लेकिन आज़ादी मांगे